The smartest entrepreneurs in the world use a framework to raise capital lightning fast, and so can you. In this video, I'm going to explain you the 7 pillars that you can leverage to structure your fundraise so you raise capital faster. My name is Sven Milder. I've supported over 300 clients with over $240 million in transactions. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through how you can do exactly the same. It's very simple. If you raise money, right, and you're planning to raise money, you need to have a system in place. It's the system that creates clarity. It's the system that dictates predictable outcomes. So I would like to divide a successful raise actually into 7 different pillars. Of course, let's start. The first pillar to go to a successful fundraise is your process. You want to architect your fundraise week by week for success. And if you know exactly what to do this week and next week and following up weeks, you can then structure and predict your outcomes. So my suggestion is always at first to focus on the data room. Now, if you wonder what is a data room, a data room is actually more like the foundation of your business where you keep your resumes, your IPs, your vendor contracts, your client contracts, all of the valuable financials, your income statements, everything actually that forms the nitty gritty of your business. And if you have created an amazing data room and you know all of the numbers, then on top of that, you would like to build your pitch deck. Now, what do I mean with on top of that? If you would just create a pitch deck and you excite the investor and they think like, oh, wow, this is an amazing business. And eventually they're going to dive into your data room and they see that everything what you have been saying is not the same as is available in the data room, then you have a problem. So if you build a data room first, you see where you lack, you see where you thrive, you use those numbers and then to create actually the pitch deck on top of it. So everything is beautifully aligned. Now, the other point is that you want to raise interest first from investors before you start raising capital. Raising capital is a big ask. If you're asking for 50 or 100 or 200,000 or $1 million, right? That's straight away on date number 1, date number 2, date number 3 is quite a lot to digest. How easy would it be if you can just go for a soft yes and ask like, hey, would this be of interest? Is this something that you would like to explore? Can I update you in the future? That's a soft yes, but it opens the door. And soon as the door is opened, you can then build that momentum through your investment updates or what we call authority checks to show that your business is truly worthwhile. On number 2, the driver that creates a successful fundraise is by leveraging psychology, commitment, and consistency, FOMO, urgency. All of these human behaviors are incredibly important to let someone believe like, hey, okay, John is already in the room and I should join too. Hey, oh shit, this deal is so great and the deadline is closing in 3 weeks from now. I should make a decision, right? Another thing is that you would like to leverage client testimonials, vendor reviews, and of course your metrics, because you want to be at least vague as possible and leverage external proof through your client testimonials, through your vendor reviews, and through your metrics that speak louder than words. Additionally, to seed that psychology leverage inside of your investor's brain, you want to show and demonstrate your expertise with your social media presence, right? So if you are consistently posting online and you're making sure that you are sharing industry knowledge and you have all of these people that are joining specifically by following you, those are all micro commitments that an investor can say like, okay, this lady or that guy knows exactly what they're talking about. On number 3, in order to raise a round successfully, is your preparation. I like to always say it like this: sweat more in training than you shed blood in war. And what does it mean? It's like if you go straight away into fundraising mode. You miss out on the elements that actually create a successful fundraise. So rather, you want to get raise ready, let's say in 4 weeks. Spend all of your time figuring out, okay, how does my ideal investor looks like? Creating the data room, creating amazing deal summaries, looking for introduction partners, start posting online, so you get really in that momentum, informing your team about everything. That's going to save you a lot of time, and you're building that strong set of foundations internally, and you know exactly what you're talking about. Additionally, I would say always simplify your raise with software, right? There, you can use your Google Docs, you can use DocSend, this is a great one. But we have developed Didi, which is your all-in-one platform to structure your fundraise, your exit, or your acquisition. And it's a funnel based on decade of experience, how you can actually accelerate your fundraise forward. So if this is something that you like, click the link below to check it out yourself. Also, in the preparation, you want to design your capital stack. Your capital stack is typically, okay, how much equity, how much debt, how are you going to structure the money that you need, so you have to minimize your dilution and maximize actually your return. You also want to play with early bird valuations if you're creating your capital stack. So if you are onboarding an investor and that's the first mover or the second mover, it creates the momentum in your round, but you want to reward that investor and therefore also almost, I don't want to say force, but force him or her to join, so you can leverage their participation to attract new investors inside of your round. The fourth driver for a successful fundraise are the people, right? The fourth one is the people, because you want to identify your ideal investor profile. Ideal investor profile means not every investor is the same, right? And certain investors have interest in certain industries or sector because that's where they believe they can drive and deliver the most experience and know-how and introductions for you. You want to also, in the people phase, onboard your introduction partners. The fact is, you don't know all of the investors out there, right? You don't know. But there are friends or friends from friends or otherwise relationships that can connect you with the right investor. And you want to take time to build those relationships. You also want to make sure that you're understanding typically the different kind of investors that are available. We are called it actually the different investor types, like the angels, the family offices, the private equity, the syndicates. They all have different investment mandates. They all have different appetites in terms of risk and return. And you want to double down and fine tune that very. So of course, you want to use in the people phase also to onboard these stellar advisors, people that you need on your journey to strengthen your current proposition advisors, that and also to cover your own risk. But as well, these advisors could be a great lever for you to get access to certain future relationships that you would normally never have access to. Number 5 in terms of a successful fundraise is, we call it presence, right? You want to be daily online. You want to keep investors updated without asking. You want to open your round and raise capital, right? You really want to be present. And a lot of times, coming back to the raise interest first, capital later, is that you truly want to keep on updating even if you don't raise money, because it makes things so much more easier. And if you do that all correctly, we are landing up on number 6, which is where you get your offers, right? You build an irresistible investment offer. You consider your timing, the raise, and the security, how you're going to structure everything. You balance it with reward versus risk. And if your investment offer is truly amazing, you will see, if you didn't do the right preparation, that suddenly all of these investors are going to queue up and line up. And then the last phase is number 7, is we having the proposal, right? If you've done everything right, you will get, if you have sufficient amount of interest from investors and you put a timeline there to help investors make a decision, then a logical result is that you will get your first proposals under 60 days. And that's the time when you start conducting due diligence, where you close your first investor by negotiating the deal terms, and off you go for the races. So here you have it very simple. The 7 levers of a successful fundraise are: first, spend time on your process. Second, spend time on the you needed to equity and entrepreneurial same time psychology. Third, spend time on the preparation. Fourth, spend time on the people. 5, spend time on being present. 6, spend time on the offers. And 7, spend time on the proposals. Now, if you would like to see a little bit more about this, I put together a very nice workshop. It's a 6-day workshop that you can go through, invest every day for 1 hour. It's only $9.99 if I'm not mistaken, and it will put you ahead of the pack. So if this is something that you would like, check the link in the comments and reward yourself with a affordable workshop so you will get first in line when it comes to raising capital successfully. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, or otherwise share it with a friend. I will see you absolutely in the next one.